So I made a pretty huge mistake yesterday. I was recording part two to our city of Barebones, and what I realized when I finished recording and after I had saved and after I had logged out to start video editing is that I never hit record. So off camera at this point, we made a lot of changes. So we're going to go through those changes and we're going to continue on from where we are pretty much because of that. So my apologies if you wanted to see what I did, but we'll go through it. I'll give you a quick tour. It's not really that much, but I guess it's better to mention it than to just skip over it. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Captain Gridlock. Glad to have all of you back. Appreciate the support on the previous video. You guys are killing it. 50 subscribers with one video was like way more than I ever expected. So I appreciate you guys. So straight up, just get into it. We talked about getting a bit into farms. So what I did was set up a few fields here. We have 6 fields producing wheat. We got a couple silos here for storage and to just kind of mitigate some sort of storage system for it. We have animal pastures here, which take the crops, make animal products, have a storage here for that. Then we have the flour mill, which takes crops from the silos, turns it into flour, and sends it over to the bakery. The bakery then turns all of that animal products, crops, and flour into pastries, which then we of course ship out and we sell for profit. That profit is how we're making a lot of our money right now. You can see we're up $15,000. A lot of that money is coming in from the exports from the farm, which is really outstanding. I'm not exactly sure why I made this gigantic area. I don't know if we have more things that are going to need more crops in the future. Right now, what we have is balancing it out well, so I'm not going to expand it, but also don't want to take up the space here and be able to expand something else here. So next thing we did was remove our elementary school. Previously, we had our elementary school right here across from the clinic, police station, and fire station, but we moved that over here to our very first education campus. Now, it's nothing special. We've got our elementary school. We've got a playground, added some foliage to make it look a little bit nicer. Took a bit to get all these trees in just because we don't have any sort of brush, which is kind of lame, but you know, no brush, it's okay. Manually trees is kind of the way to go, and that's kind of how we're doing it. We got the high school across the street, got a couple parking lots to keep as much traffic as we can off of the main street here. I think that's how parking works in City Skylines. Actually, I have no idea. Got a public library, and it goes off to just a couple residential lots, commercial lots. This area here is going to be reserved for our first city park. Now, I don't know if it's going to be our main park for the city or just kind of an entrance piece, but I figured it's kind of an odd shaped area. So instead of gridding it, I figured why not just make a park here? So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do that today. So when we get there, we'll get there. We also did a lot of expansion on our residential. Before we ended just about here, yesterday we did expand it a pretty significant amount to get rid of some of the demand and get some employees in for the farms. We also expanded a bit of our industries. Unfortunately, I hate putting in industry because of all the pollution and how messy it gets, but it's kind of something we had to do. So we expanded our pollution. We expanded our residential pretty significantly. We added another power plant because we ran out of power. We added a landfill site because these recycling sites are not keeping up, and we don't have the incineration plants yet. So once we get the incineration, we'll replace all of these with those just to make things a little bit easier. I know we'll have to do some better management when it comes to trash in the future, because obviously you can't have it all coming from one place. Driving across the whole city will cause a lot of traffic. So we'll definitely add more little micro clusters of the industrial sections, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So we also put in where is it? Maybe we didn't. We did. Don't know if we talked about this. We have a cemetery and we have a botanical garden. Without custom assets, there was no real things to put around the cemetery, so we just put in a botanical garden, a couple parking lots, filled in some trees. I'm going to go ahead and continue filling up trees here. That's the first thing we're going to do today. So I'm going to go in here, grab into our tree tools. I don't remember which trees exactly. I know some of the smaller ones. I know we have some oak trees. Oh, then I'm going to place that. Let me bulldoze tool, delete that. I believe we have some oak trees. Yep, there it is. We have some oak trees in here for sure. And then we also have some of those flower trees, which I think really liven up the area and make it seem less just dense forest and more kind of like it was planned to be there. There we go. It's not looking the best, but it'll do the job, and it'll make it look at least a bit more alive and less empty field and more forest area. So we're gonna keep on working. Next, what I want to work on is actually get started on our park. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab the district tool, gonna go into the paint park area tool. Oh, we already have it painted, so it looks like we're not gonna do that. So what we're gonna do immediately is we're gonna start decorating this park. So with parks, what I need to do is we're gonna build a city park. We're not gonna go too crazy with it, but it is gonna be a city park. So we need our park main gate. Park main gate, I wanna keep it away from the main roads because there's gonna be a lot of traffic with it. So I'm gonna place it kind of over here because it's gonna be close to the parking lots. People can park there, walk across the street and get to the park. Just like that, we unlocked park side gates, plazas, info booths, restrooms, and park cafes. It's gonna come in handy when we start adding more amenities. So what I want to do is I'm going to add a couple side gates to make it easier for people to access from different parts of the city. So I know there's crosswalks here. What I'm going to do is put it close to the crosswalk. People can walk across the street, get in there and go. Obviously, we'll probably keep... I'm not going to add an entrance on the industry side just because I'd rather people not go into the industry side as much as possible. We will put another side gate on this road here just to allow more flexibility for entrances. So quickly, I'm going to go through and just put down some paths. Not going to be in any particular order, but it's going to allow us to have places to place down our different assets. That's going to bother me. I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to redo that just a little bit differently. I'm going to run it that way, and we'll connect it there. A little bit smoother, looks less chunk than it did before. Not perfect, but it'll get the job done. So Park Plaza, I want to get the main plaza here, kind of in this like initial intersection of the park. And we're also going to line up the park cafe here. Not sure where. Probably going to do it just across. It's not all clustered into one area. It's probably like the flattest we'll get on the two different paths and square it off. Gonna park restrooms are going to be important. We've got to provide that amenity. People don't have to leave to go to a park. Park info booth right there. Nice squared off. And it looks like that's pretty much kind of all the assets we have so far. So I want to provide a place for people to sit. Without like anarchy and stuff though, it's kind of hard to place a lot of these assets. So it's probably going to look pretty jank if I'm being honest. But we're going to do our best to make it look good, and hopefully we can provide a place for just people to go and enjoy their time. If I can figure out how to rotate these things. Is there a way to rotate these things? The shift. There we go. You right click and drag. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up as best as I can with that. Looks pretty straight there. So I'm going to... It's hard. This is hard to do. If I rotate it like that, it'll look... Maybe I'll separate it. It doesn't have to be connected to there. I'll separate it like that. It's going to be a one piece. And we're just going to add a couple chess tables. That's pretty much it here. I was going to add picnic tables, but there's already tables here for the restaurant, so there's really no need to add another one. Gonna add a trash can, make sure there's a place for people to dump all their nastiness and keep our park clean. So park sign 1, I figure the way I see this is like more of like a welcome sign. Gonna put that there. A couple lights. We'll add a light. I wish you could put that there. We'll add a light to this corner here to provide some sort of light source there, so it's not just dark and creepy in the middle of the night. And we got these flower pots. I'm not sure where these would look nice at, but I definitely want to introduce some more decoration to this area to make it feel more alive and less like a warehouse, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go through, going to put down some trees, going to add probably some fences around the property, and we'll kind of see how this looks like when we're done here. I might add another restroom over here just to provide more access. I feel like if I were to go to a park and there's no bathroom nearby, par- probably going to be pretty annoyed. So I'm going to place down another one of these bathrooms right there, provide more access for to the individuals on this side, and hopefully keep people a bit happy. So I added this bit of a roundabout here. Well, not roundabout, this bit of a cul-de-sac here. And the reason for it is once we unlock these gazebos, I'm gonna hopefully park level 3. Okay. So hopefully this park gets to level 3 because I want to introduce some of the gazebos. And we're not looking for a profit here, so what we're gonna do is just drop that price to 0. We want people to be able to come here and enjoy this place. For now, we're gonna call that our main park. We're gonna recycle, and we'll do an advertisement campaign. Why not? If we can afford it, we'll do the advertisement campaign, get as many people here as we can, and hopefully just people are enjoying it. Looks like right now our attractiveness is at 600. I'm not exactly sure how high this has to be for you to level up your park. The entertainment value is at 303 out of 220. So it looks like we have enough to upgrade it once we get the 500 visitors. But after that, we're gonna have to keep on expanding on our park in order to provide more amenities for people to enjoy. Just realized that we actually reached level 2 while we were working on this. I might have just clicked through it or something. I didn't really notice it. So I'm gonna go through here and try to grab some of the level 2 assets. There's a lot of water stuff, which unfortunately we can't use. They have the park restrooms and stuff still. We've got a park chessboard. I want to put that in somewhere. Ooh, right there. Fits perfectly. And oh, we gotta get rid of that tree in the middle of it, but yeah, we'll demolish that, and there's some of the land here before I put that down again. There we go. We'll go back in here, grab our park. Not in there. Grab in here. Grab our park, put that back in there without destroying the fence. Damn, looks good to me. Oh, so does that come with a tree in the middle? I didn't know that. It does. Okay. Looks pretty nice. I think it looks very well in the area. I mean, it might be a little off on the sides, but it provides another amenity, so that's kind of what I'm going for. We need to address this trash issue. We're still having a backlog of trash, and I think what it is just the distance the trucks are having to travel, which in reality it's not that far, but I think it just takes them a while to get there. If we speed it up, how soon after will that get picked up? I think that's the truck right there. No, maybe not. One of these? There it is. That took it quite a while. Luckily, it didn't get to the red where they're like freaking out about it, but we're definitely having an issue where trucks are taking just a long time to get places. And I think once we get to our population, I think it's 8,000. Let me double check. Once we get to population of 8,000, yes, 8,000, we'll be able to get the incineration plant. I think by the end of the episode, it's going to be our goal, just to reach 8,000 and figure out our trash problem so we don't have to deal with that, hopefully, ever again. So, I think our city park looks pretty great. I don't know what name to call it yet. I might just call it City Park or something. I'm not sure what to call it. If you guys have a name on what we should call the park, make sure to leave it in the comment. Give me some ideas. I'm not sure where to call it, so help me out here. Same with the farm. You guys have a name for the farm that you'd like to see there? Maybe include that there too. So obviously we have a lot of demand still. We have commercial and residential demand. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the areas and I'm gonna start buying up tiles. We need more space going this way since we're going to keep expanding. We can only buy 9 tiles. We're playing without mods. So we got to be very careful in the space we buy. I definitely want to expand this way. Okay. We got 2 more tiles to expand into. And I think it'll allow us a lot of space to keep on going. So far we have 5,000 population. I want to get to 50,000 population by the end of the series. I think it's pretty doable, especially with vanilla. I just don't want to go too big with these cities, especially because how crazy traffic can get without mods. You can see already we're having a traffic issue. And I think this issue might be caused by the stop sign that's here. Let me go in here and see if we can resolve this issue before it becomes crazier. If we go to traffic routes, we can go to junctions. Click on the junction, and I'm going to get rid of this stop sign, but keep this one there. Hopefully the incoming traffic can just slide in. Immediately that traffic is gone. So what if we remove that stop sign? Look at that. Simple removing a stop sign, fix that traffic issue, and traffic is flowing again. We don't got to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it yet anyway. I want to see what's going on here. We're having a lot of traffic getting stuck. I want to see what's going on. Is this? It's just because it's the closest route to the interstate there, so that's why there's a lot of traffic there. I don't see a lot of civilian there is civilian population. We're crossing the street and they're stopping traffic a little bit. So what we'll do is start working on our mass transit next. Well, not next. What we're going to start working on first is expanding our residential zones and kind of seeing what the city's needs are. So we're going to keep on expanding and hopefully everything goes all right. Hopefully that covers up. Just like that, we got to park level 3 while we were doing all that gridding. So before I forget, I'm going to go into the parks one more time, grab a gazebo and just place it on the end there. Let's see. I have this green one and there's a brown one. The green one will kind of fit the vibe more. I'm going to go ahead and place this gazebo here. It's going to be at the very end where I wanted it originally. Hopefully it doesn't snap. I'm going to get it as close. Maybe I'm going to get it as close as possible to the path. I put that like that. Not perfect. I don't have move it, so I'm not going to move it. So we're going to leave it there. I think it just brings that whole area together. Being able to come in there and enjoy the nature. Just say nature, but like see all the traffic like 10 feet away from you, but we're not going to talk about that. Park is going well. Seems to be well received. Maintenance is obviously not the best. We don't have any park maintenance buildings going yet, but we'll get to that eventually. So I'm going to keep expanding here. I'm going to finish this grid up and we'll start zoning. So when we look at education, we need to start looking at capacity. We're already 324 eligible. Yeah, so we already need another elementary school. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start working on our next education campus relatively soon. Not now, but relatively soon. And the reason for it is, well, we got to keep up with education. If not, people start getting mad, and population being uneducated is just never a solution. It's like we're already having water shortages. But look at our budget. Is it already at 100%? It is. Electricity is at 150. So I'm not going to increase the budget. I'm going to go ahead and place another water pump and just start getting more water pumping into the system. That should just resolve the issue on its own, and we won't have to deal with it. Yep, just like that, already resolved. So we're good. We're good for a little while longer. Looks like sewage is, oh, busy town. We unlocked city planning policies. We unlocked some leisure, trolley buses, industry for tourism and oil. Is awesome, and a bunch of new policies and even some new roads, so that's really exciting to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start expanding our water treatment, and we need to keep up with this, because if you don't keep up with sewage, everybody starts getting mad and very, very sick. I've had cities go from 100,000 people to pretty much zero because we weren't keeping up with the sewage. And if you don't keep up with sewage and everybody gets sick and dies, then your city's kind of over. If you don't have a lot of money to recover from it, it's pretty much endgame for a lot of cities. So you really got to stay on top of that. We also want to make sure people are able to upgrade their buildings. So I'm going to go through here, add a couple more parks in, add a plaza in or so. Yeah, I'm going to add a plaza here. And I'm going to add a plaza with trees right in here before a building builds. And that'll help our property values increase. Looks like right here we're having property value issues. Easily going to grab a plaza with picnic tables right there, and this will help raise that property value. Immediately you can see the property value starting to go up, and it's going to help everybody upgrade their homes and provide us with more tax revenue, because we're making more income, because taxes are nice. So it looks like we're having a massive demand for industries. So what's happening here? Are we not producing enough electricity again? Looks like. So we're going to have to start looking at better Advanced coal power plant uses coal to produce electricity. Creates. What's the difference? Coal. Okay. This oil power plant produces 120 megawatts though. So we're probably gonna go with the oil power plant. It's more pollution. It's things I want to get away from, but we need the power. We really do. We can't grow without any electricity. So we're gonna put that down, and it should take care of our electrical problems. We honestly should be able to bring down our budget and even save money on that. So we're gonna extend our grid here a bit for the industries. It's not something I want to do, but it's definitely something we need to do in order to keep our city expanding. And we got to keep up with our demands. If not, people are going to get mad. They're going to start leaving, and we're going to start losing money and end up how we ended up on episode 1. we're going to have to restart, and it's not something I want to do. So we're going to expand our industry, get some more factories coming in here, and hopefully reduce some of this demand and provide jobs. More businesses equals more jobs for our people, and happier they are. So I'm going to remove some. I think we're able to remove all those parking lines now. All those, not parking lines. Why are we having a water shortage now? Oh, I see. We're not getting any water over there. I'm going to slow down time. Where's our power coming from? Oh, we're an electric. There we go. Looking at the wrong thing and expecting different solutions. Okay. We'll connect up there. Should provide the electricity we need for that area. Say should because I'm not sure. Yep, there it goes. And water should start pumping out pretty soon. I'm gonna speed it up, let that water solve itself. No pipes. Okay. Connect that up. Connect that up to there. They have pipes. They should be able to have enough water now, and it should resolve itself. There it goes. Awesome. We're dealing with a lot of our demands. Obviously, it's going to keep coming over time, and it's going to become more and more of a thing, but it's something we'll deal with as it keeps coming. So while we have a bit of time, I'm going to slow down how fast the time's going. I want to start working on our first transportation systems. And I want to get transportation in. Talked about it briefly in the episode that I couldn't put out. Is because if you don't keep up with transportation, you kind of end up in a weird spot where your traffic is so bad sometimes in vanilla, where it's kind of too late to even try to fix it just because of how bad it is. So what I'm going to do, excuse me for your home, I'm going to extend a road. And the reason for this road, pretty simple. I'm going to put the bus depot over here. It's a weird place for it, probably, but it's going to be kind of part of our transportation hub. It'll keep it away from people's homes, and I don't want to put it in the direct industry because it's just a lot of distance to travel just to get over to this part of the city, which I say that, but it's like almost equidistant to being over here. But we're going to provide a couple connections. So we're going to connect that to there. And this will provide, this looks pretty ugly, huh? We'll clean this up as we go, but but for now, it should be enough to get us started. So I'm going to extend some pipes. Okay. Turn off the snap twos. I usually don't care about the pipes, but I know some people do, so we'll meet in the middle and go 50-50 under the road, and the rest will be kind of messy like that one. But, you know, it'll keep people happy, so I'll do it. So we'll keep going with that. Got electricity there. Got that there. And we can start working on a bit of our bus lines. So we have our buses. Yep, operating normally now. We can start building our first bus line. So what I'm thinking is some sort of back and forth loop just off of our main road. I want to keep the bus routes off of the main road just because it's just going to be more traffic on the main roads, and it's something I want to avoid. So in order to do that, we're going to create two routes. We're going to create one route that goes circular and a counterclockwise in this area, and one's going to go clockwise. And this should provide enough connectivity to keep everybody satisfied for the moment. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to get the job done for what we need done for now. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and we'll talk when we get there, and we'll see where we're at. So next bus route I want to do is I want to extend a route. It's going to be connecting our industry, which is where a lot of the jobs are, to our residential. We want to minimize a lot of the civilian traffic coming into this area, and I think a nice bus route might be able to help with that a little bit. So I'm going to try to keep it's going to go on the main road a little bit, and I think that's okay as long as it provides a good benefit. So we're going to create a bus line. I might make a bus station pretty soon. But what we're going to do, we'll start it down here. It'll probably be a little bit easier to set up what I'm trying to do. For that to catch up so we can take a look at our bus routes, I'm gonna go in here and try something. I'm gonna make this one way go the other way and see if it just provides a direct connection to the highway. Seems like that's what a lot of vehicles are doing, is they're trying to either get into the highway or they're trying to go into the main part of the city. I see a lot of traffic's going straight to the highway, so why not allow a direct connection there? Just keep a lot of the traffic out of here. We're seeing a lot more traffic coming in due to the expansion of industry, which isn't a very exciting thing to see just because of, well, we can already see how traffic is going to start going. So we're probably going to end up doing another interchange and another interchange over here, maybe, just to give more accessibility to the highways and keep people off of our main streets as much as we can. So looks like our bus routes have been going for quite a while now. I'm going to go through and kind of see what they're up to, see how they're performing. It's like we're 209 passengers per week. So there's 11 people waiting here. Where is this one? Okay, we're here. We're at the public library. That one's being used. So, which one's our most used line? It is that bus line one. Okay. Looks like we are getting use out of our bus lines. They're not the most amount yet, but I'm sure over time these numbers tend to go up. Yeah, we already have like 20 people waiting outside of that bus stop, and as you keep following them, you see more and more people waiting. So I think it'll definitely keep down a lot of our traffic and keep that momentum going of trying to minimize traffic as much as we can by providing other ways of transportation, and whether that's train or tram down the road and providing taxis and different things like that. It'll provide other ways for people to get around. Next thing I'm going to add is a taxi depot. I want to get some taxis going. People use taxis. Believe it or not, they use taxis. Was that taxi black? Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. That's pretty sick. There we go. We got taxi cabs going out. Can we choose the model? We'll just keep the yellow ones. I feel like that makes more sense for more of a modern city. You would see more yellow taxi cabs in like New York and things like that. So we want to stay towards that vibe of going for a modern city. So we have a lot of industry demand, and we have a lot of natural resources. Especially we got oil here, we got ore there, and we could probably do a forestry zone in this general area. So that definitely seems like a project for the very next episode that we meet. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. We got a lot done, and I think all of our hard work is paying off. Being able to get a lot of this done in such a short period of time and seeing the city expand is just something really awesome to see. Kind of makes you think about what City Skylines 2 is going to be like, and seeing how quickly expansive everything gets and how creative you can get with all the different new tools and pretty much a lot of built-in mods that are going to be in there. If you haven't seen my previous video, I recommend you go watch it. It shows you the beginning of the city and kind of tells you our overall goal of what we're trying to do here. So all for now, You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. So make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below, and please let me know what you want to see. Again, thank you so much. Bye-bye.